Welcome to my channel, my secondary channel. Yes, welcome to my secondary channel. This is the number one grinder, real talk. Y'all shoot the number one grinder. We got another boxing live coming up. This is the underrated boxing talk number 83. We got the brother Mike Big Boxing. Let me read this out. Read this out. Um, just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real. That's the real. Remember that. Remember that. Good. All right. I'm going to hit y'all with this short intro, and we'll be right back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
What happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
All right. Let's get this going. Salute to brother Mr. Paz at the building. Thank you for your constant support. Thank you very much. I might do another live tonight. It's not going to be a panel discussion. I might that. It really depends. But we're going to introduce the one and only my nephew.
Yeah, what it do? What it do?
What's good? What's good, brother? How you doing?
I'm straight up, man. How you going, man?
That's good.
I can't call it, man. I've been trying to catch up on my Z's, bro. I was dog last night, yesterday.
I understand. Just do boxing. Check your email. Just do boxing. Check your email. Salute to you. What's up, nephew Tyrone Church? What's good with you? Thanks for coming, brother Mark Nash. Excellent excellent show you did. Salute to you. If you want email, if you want me to send you or get on the panel, let me know. Um, yeah, check the email. Yeah, this is the underrated boxing talk number 83. We're gonna talk about coming fights this coming weekend. If you want to talk Benavides fights first, you can. You can go ahead.
Mr. Paz, Just Do, Mark Nash, Tyrone Church. What it do, man? How y'all doing, Kings? All right, bet. All right, the Benavides fight. Yeah, I had shut my live down right after what's his name, Jamel Herring after that fight because I was feeling like icky.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched it though. I watched the fight, and it was a good win. He did what he's supposed, did what he had, did what he's supposed
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
and took care of business, man. It was like
Mm-hmm.
it was almost like it was easy work, and I kind of expected more
Mm-hmm.
more from Lemieux, but it is what it is, man. It's just I guess Benavidez was like an octopus in there, just throwing shots from every damn way, man. Catching this dude and just punishing him after the first round, man. After he caught him with that stiff left hook and rocked him, made him sleepwalking for a little bit. I was like, oh, this is finished. It's done. It ain't gonna last no more than 5 rounds because I mean he almost didn't survive that first round. I think Harvey Dock was sitting to stop the fight, but I guess he got saved by the bell.
Mm-hmm. I think what I feel what it's like a sparring match. Like
Yeah, it was.
he's gonna be this like he just let me get some work in.
He beat the shit
You
out
know what
that
I'm
boy.
saying? Yeah, he did. Oh, come on, L Dub, man, you got it going on. You didn't take no notes. I'm good. Oh, let me introduce this brother. Hey, just do boxing in the building. Hey, what's good?
What up, Jeff?
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
What's good with you? What's good? How you feel?
I'm feeling all right. How y'all brothers feeling, man?
I'm
We
good.
good.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Good now.
Word. That's what's up.
I was going to ask you about the Benavidez fight. You don't have to talk about it. We can just jump right on in to
Oh
the
yeah.
fight coming up. Let's jump right on in.
You said the Benavidez fight?
Yeah, if you want to touch on
Yeah,
that a
yeah,
little.
yeah. I mean, I did a little short video on it, and
Okay.
Lemieux did it exactly what I said he couldn't do. He couldn't afford to come in there and try to shell up behind that high guard and hope, you know what I mean, that he wouldn't get hit. And he did exactly that. And I didn't see him try to punch in between the none of Benavidez shots. I think that was his best shot at, landing something, actually trying to catch him in between all those punches he throw. He did the exact opposite. And then he just shelled up and he wait for him to get a combination off to even try to work. And I just knew that approach wouldn't work with somebody that let their hands go that much, man. You really got to catch Benavidez while he punching, in my opinion. You can't just let him get off and be first time after time after time. And, Lemieux, his best bet was to be in great shape, which I ain't saying he was in bad shape. I just don't think, he was in the best shape of his life for that fight. And, that's half the battle for me. And that style right there will always give Lemieux trouble. You know what I mean? Somebody that throw a lot of punches, go to the body real well. Longer than him, taller. He just had a disadvantage always around the board. Even a younger Lemieux would have still lost as a style. So I gave him too many rounds, but he got out of there, what, 3? Man,
3 rounds. Yeah.
that was a sparring match for Benavidez to go back in there tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I said what I forgot to send the link. Just do boxing to an end of the. I should have sent him the link because it was like kind of like the last minute and stuff. But brother Bruce, salute to you. Salute to L Dub in the building. Yo, he got excellent information. You need to check him out. Also, my nephew Tyrone Church. Yeah, he do got some excellent information.
L Dub.
Yes, he do. Yes,
L
he
Dub.
do.
L Dub. L Dub.
Yeah, definitely official.
Crazy
So, yeah, so I get the brother flower. Just do boxing. Use yourself. Mark Nash. Salute to you as him too and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Check
let's
out
go.
that.
Oh,
Check
Rita
out
Watcher. Thanks coming. Rita Watcher is like my day ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all listening. Thank you. Y'all don't care. You listening. That's what counts. Let's get into this fight this week. This week coming up, big one.
Rolly and Tank.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll. I call him Tootsie Roll.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Josh. Go ahead, man.
I think that dude, he officially talked himself into one, man, and again, I keep hearing people saying this. They feel something off about this fight, and they think, Rolly might be able to land his shot. I don't think they seeing things clear. They said that is possible, but I think the chances of that is very slim. And it's one thing if Tank was overlooking this dude and just like, talking out, going outside his character to prove that he gonna do something. I don't think he doing that. I mean, he genuinely annoyed by this dude, which I think is only gonna be worse for Rolly. And he been training like a dog. And I keep making a little joke saying it looked like he training for Pretty Boy Floyd instead of Rolly. Like you see them clips of him training, you like, man, that's good. It's refreshing to see because he's taking this fight as serious as he can possibly take it. And the fact that he don't like Rolly, I think is gonna make it worse for him. And we all know what we've been seeing. Rolly lacked the boxing ability and the IQ to really be able to compete with Tank in terms of boxing. His best and only shot, in my honest opinion, is to land a wild shot or a lucky shot that Tank don't see. And for me, even if Tank do get hit, I don't think he going nowhere because he showed us in the Eastside Cruz fight. Even though I knew before that he had a chin, so I think even if Rolly do hit him, I don't think he going nowhere. And then if you look at the opponents on Rolly resume, I'm pretty sure Tank fought any of those dudes, they have 100% KO ratio. So it was like when I seen a couple fights that Rolly did get taken the distance. More recently, that Jackson Martinez fight, dude neutralized his power and made it a non-factor. Outboxed him and just got robbed. So, Tank is levels above that dude. And Jackson Martinez got in there with Richard Comey and got knocked out 5-6 rounds. So it ain't like he's too hard to hit. Rolly just lacked the boxing ability and skill to be able to get his power off with a dude that was standing up to it. So I think when you got somebody that's training the way Tank training, good luck, man. Good luck making it out of that fight, man. You know what I mean? You better hope somebody don't have to wake you up at the end of the night, man. I think Tank really gonna put a hurting on him. And I think he could take him a few rounds. You know what I mean? Rolly seemed like he might be a little tough, but I think once he start getting touched up regularly, that's gonna be new for him, man. I see him get knocked out. Sure, maybe 7 to 8. That might be too long, but I say 7, 8.
Let me say this. Shout out to brother Big Rooster Show. Thanks for coming. Reef the Watcher. Thanks for coming. I very much appreciate. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button on your way in. Share this out. We very much appreciate. This is the Underrated Boxing Talk number 83. You go ahead. Nephew.
All right, what up, Reef the Watcher, motherfucking verbal assassinator.
Yeah.
Yo, you gotta listen to his videos, just he killing. Reef the Watcher.
Reef got bars, dog.
I support all the family, so y'all just let me know. I'll go subscribe, man.
Reef the Watcher is a verbal assassinator. You got to check him out, man. Salute, Bruce. Yeah, pretty much everything that Just Do said, I completely agree with him. The only thing is that this is going to be a comical fight. Just watching Rolly be confused in there all night is going to be funny to me because the brother has no skills. I don't even know how he's made it this far. I mean, if he didn't have that power, what else does he have? What is that? That is so annoying. I don't want to hear that all night. I think I'm gonna need my man. Tank to knock him out quick because I ain't trying to hear that all night. I'm not trying to. That shit is whack. He's whack. He's a bum. And this is the first fight I'm gonna ever call a bum. He's a bum, man. He has no business being in there with elite fighters.
Yeah.
Serious. It's a waste of time. But I got Tank in 8 or 9 rounds. He's gonna knock Rolly out. He's gonna knock Rolly out.
Well, let me say this. Let me ask this question first. Grinda, how do you see Riley versus Tank fight played out? Gonna be night. That's what's gonna be. I'm telling you, it's. And then I know. Let me say this, and I know people gonna say, Boxing is unpredictable. It is,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get hurt in there. That is true. But that's when the hardcore fans like us as is and y'all is, you gotta see for what it is. Tank is not playing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
not
hear what
playing. See,
heard
Rolly,
what he said in that interview?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's like he understand the challenge at hand. He not playing like he know not to go in there too cocky. He literally just spoke on it. So it's like his mental and physical is aligning. I think he going in there with the right type of mentality. You know that dude could punch. He obviously know that. He know not to come in there playing with him. But we all know Tank was taught not to play with his food, man. You could tell by the way he fight.
Yeah, man,
If
Yep.
you
he gonna
fool, he
fight
get
his
you out of
food,
there.
man. Exactly.
That man don't like to play with his
So,
food.
now you got Rolly. Rolly, he's a tootsie roll. He's a carnival man. You know, he probably want to like to keep people look at me. But you know, but
Mm-hmm.
he trying to think he's a gangster. But yo, he's a soft gangster. That type of motherfuckers. You chew them up, throw them in the garbage, don't do nothing about it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers in the hood, I mean, people in the hood will not understand where I'm coming from. The only
Mm-hmm.
time motherfucker you just look through, man, smack him, shut up.
Smack him, yep. Smack him. Shut up, bro. What you talking
Shit,
about?
what is you
Slap him
talking
up.
about? Shut up.
You know what was telling to me, what was surprising?
Mm-hmm.
I really seen fear. And I know how fighters be saying that a lot of times, and it's just a sound bite. I seen fear in his eyes, knowing damn well that man looked just as confident as you. Not in this one. When he Tank finally got in front of that dude, it's like his soul was slowly leaving his body with everything Tank said to him. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. I'm like, yo, I don't even believe you are confident that you could win. Your energy when he not around, when they cram that microphone and camera under your face, you so verbal about Tank and outspoken. And when he get in front of you, you tried it, but I just didn't believe that. If that was my favorite fighter or the fighter I was rooting for, I'd be worried for him because he looked scared. He looked like he just didn't. Do you notice? Pay attention what Tank is saying. He like, look at you. Your energy ain't the same. It's different when I'm in front of you. He just got that dumb look like you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You trying, but you don't
Yeah.
look confident, bro. You know, you talked yourself into one, man.
I say it like this, man. I'm saying I made some dinner, man.
Mm-hmm.
I made some dinner Saturday. And it's gonna connect when I'm coming from for this fight, man. I made some.
Mm-hmm.
I made some. I made some toast, butter toast, melted some Mexican mixed shredded cheese. Made
Mm-hmm.
some chicken Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
Throw some broccoli. And even my dish is harder than rolling.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
He
That's that.
he talked himself into one. It's so real. I don't think he was gonna get this shit, the fight, the opportunity again once it slipped past him the first time. So my people was trying to sabotage him and all this and that. Now you got it. They ordered it for you, and you ain't no way out of it. Good luck, man. Tank, no, a focus tank is a dangerous tank.
I'm just saying. Only I'm saying. You see. Only I'm just saying. Just see the thumbnail, y'all. That's it.
Yo, how is Rolly even ranked number one in WBA? How?
I could tell you 2 words, 2 names. I'm gonna go
Who did
together.
who did he beat to get in that position?
Come on,
Nobody.
nigga. Nobody, but who he rolling with?
Yes, sir. You know it, Mr. Money
So the
Man
There
himself.
you go, man.
You know, we was just having this discussion too about how people pay for their rankings and all that.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean, like, look. We gotta call that Floyd act like a little girl because now you know, hey, Tank see what it is. He want to leave it, do his thing. She said, I'm gonna throw Romy in there. Come on,
mm-hmm.
and then Romy is scared to understand. Stupid as he is that he's sitting there to kill you. He don't care about you, Romy, is he?
Yeah, Floyd, man, he playing with house money. It's like a win-win. If he could get you to pull off an upset, it's a win for him. And if you Tank win, you know what I mean? You still his fighter technically. So it's like you could look like you never was rooting for real, like you calling it down the middle, but who knows? I know Hassan Rockman had some interesting words about that, saying Floyd wanted Rolly to lose. I mean, no, he wanted Tank to lose. Now that's just coming from a former, champion. So He had that
Right.
to say. He
But I'm
know them dudes
saying,
a lot better than me.
but that's
Hmm
what I'm saying. Like, and I know people, cause see, I know people wanna bring, yo, we gotta support the black man. You got, yeah, I get that. I mean, support the black people that run. But at the same time, also we gotta be hold them accountable if they do something wrong, man.
Yeah,
And what
yes, sir.
what Floyd had done, man. I never say it. No, I ain't gonna say I never say it because I did say it in the past. But I'm gonna say like that. That's effed up, man.
Hmm
This is. I being honest. I'd rather that Tank fight somebody beside Romy. I mean, I don't like Romy, but I'm saying like this. And come on, man. I'm saying like, why you hook up Romy to fight somebody else and let Tank fight somebody else that's meaningful and everything? I mean, and I'm just saying like that. Now people go and say, "Yo, you know, Grinda, man, you a hypocrite. You don't want two men to make money." Yeah, I want to feed their families. I really do. But the way to go about it is effed up, man. It really is. It really is. Come on, you setting up. Come on, let's be honest here. You Jerome me, man. I mean, like, I'm happy. Yo, I'm just have the stretcher ready. Besides the ring, man. Have the stretcher ready, man. That's all I'm saying. Have it ready. Because it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Romeo, I will tell you, Romeo, I will tell you, don't bring your family, man. I'm being honest with you. You know, people saw you watch the fight. No, I'm not.
hmm
Why
Yeah,
he gonna hit him with the same thing he hit Leo with? Watch.
I don't want to. So let me ask you before we continue. Do you think this is a pay-per-view fight?
Only cause of Tank, really. Only cause of Tank. Know what I
Okay.
mean, but you know, it really take two. So in reality, to be fair, no, it's not really. But I guess you know,
Okay.
Tank is pay per view,
Yeah,
but Rolly's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
not.
he's a star, right? I get that. I'm
Hmm
just asking you for your opinion.
Everybody come and see the knockout. That's all.
hmm Or and then some interestingly enough are probably coming to see if it could be an upset. But I think with his mental being right and him understanding what's in front of him and that he know not to get too cocky. Like he recently just spoke on this and I'm glad to hear that. So I just know even with the Floyd situation, he looking at it like they ain't bad blood. It's just me trying to, you know, be my own man, take care of my responsibilities. Like he did what he did for me. I appreciate it. Now I'm trying to go even further. Let's see if I could, you know what I mean? And I'm just hopeful that he going right for the big fights. And I got a little live. I probably can go later, but I see who he called out. See, like he
Mm.
getting a little agitated with the barking back and forth because he even said he like, man, these dudes always barking. They always talking fight nobody, but he like fighting nobody either. Who else? It's all of us. Like you, like yeah, none of us fighting. You know, each other. Really, that's what he's saying. So it's like when it's him, it just get magnified. I guess. You know, I guess because of who he with. So it's like I think that's one of the realest things he said in that interview was like none of us are fighting each other. And he said, you know what? Since he want to keep saying that, he's like, man, you win. I want you next. Then.
It is right.
Straight like that. He like, I want you next. Then I'm like, there you go. Smoke going on.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to get back. I want to get back to that, but I do want to. Yeah, I don't want to bring up Ray the Haney thing because we already know they still wait for the visa, and the way it
Yeah.
looks right now, this I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. It's cool that they was actually seeming like they was trying to help though. As long as that's not smoke and mirrors or smoke screen, like they really actually wanted to help him with that system. I think that's dope. You know what I mean? Considering the situation, if it's true, like I was hearing, like they was willing to, you know, try to help if they could to get him over there. The Cambosis and his team. That's why I was like, whoa, really?
Yeah.
That is a change of speed right there. I respect men when they move like men. That'd be something respectable. Like I said, if you're not just, smoke screening the people just to make it sound like, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly. L Dubs, that's a good question. He said, "Do you think Tank would be tentative versus Rolly early on because he broke his left hand versus Pitbull Cruz?"
uh, for me, I think he gonna be patient how he normally is. I know I like that choice of words. Tentative. I don't think he will be though. I think he'll be patient though. That's one thing I do like about Tank. Even though he got that explosive power, he's patient when he needs to be. So I think he gonna see what Rolly got for him, and once he make his mind up, I think that's when he gonna determine he want him out of there.
Man, once Rolly swings for the fences forever for about 6 minutes. About 6 minutes, Rolly gonna try to come with something stupid, and Tank gonna counter it with an uppercut, a left uppercut at that, and put him out. Put him out. That's it.
Best stay away from that left hand.
Yeah, he be alright. He'll be done. Yeah, he's nice. Yeah, I like Tank, cause he's real patient. You know what I'm saying? He looks for the knockout. That's what I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he on some if it come, but that shit always comes.
It's like he don't got to go outside of himself to get the knockout, but he gonna create an opportunity somewhere in there. He gonna make you answer a question, and it's usually, can you handle that power? It's gonna get answered. I think that Pitbull Cruz turnout got people kind of confused a little bit. They prisoners of the moment. They're like, well, he could take his power. They're so blind that they wanna cancel out the fact that he hurt their hand. They don't even want to mention that. They just you know what? He could do it. All right. All right. I honestly don't think Pitbull would have lasted 12 rounds with two hands from Tank.
Plus Pitbull, y'all discrediting Pitbull. Not like Pitbull ain't, a good fighter.
Yeah, tough dude. Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, he's a pretty tough dude.
Yeah, he's tough.
So, any fights happen besides that this week?
Really. I think it's I think it's the zone cards, but nothing too flashy.
Yeah, I think the undercard was like light too, light in the ass. I don't think I forget the fights that they got, but I don't think it's nothing. It's like they trying to get this over with too. They like, let's get this over with. Give them a couple fights, then give them Tank. Get this out the way. I mean, the sooner the better, because I hope his plan is to really go for the top echelon of 135, regardless of who it is. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not Haney, somebody gotta get Loma, fight him, and only say that because people act like nobody won't fight him. I don't think that's the case. And at 35, I think he struggles because the guys up there are naturally bigger, and he is a small dude. He's not that big, and the fights are more competitive up there at 35 for Loma. If you watched, more competitive, bigger the guy, and more competitive. It is for him. The less you're gonna see him be the Matrix, as they like to call him. The only Matrix is some little guys.
So Tank and Rolly fighting at 135? I thought it was 140.
Nah, they fighting at 35.
Fight 35, yeah.
So wait, but don't Tank got a 140 pound title.
He had beat Barrios when he just jumped up there.
He beat Barrios, right? So that's the WBA. That's the IBF belt. Oh, the lightweight? Oh, the WBA.
Oh, WBA, my bad. It's WBA. He got the regular title. He got a WBA regular.
Okay. L Dub said no.
The zone. Right. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh, he says Laro versus Spike O'Sullivan coming up.
Yeah. They playing with us with that one.
Jesus Ramos against last summer. Yeah, okay. Thank you, L Dub.
That's where I get all my info. L Dub, eat my sauce.
Jesus Ramos.
Yeah.
Ramos is good, right? That should be a good fight. I think Ramos and Santa Maria. I think out of those fights, I watched that one. Yeah, I watched that one. When he gets O'Shaquie Foster. Because L Dub, I thought they mandated Eduardo and O'Shaquie.
That's what I thought.
I thought I read that. I know I did. I didn't remember to do Eduardo. I couldn't remember the last name. I just kept saying that first name. Like, I know I seen that versus O'Shaquie. I'm like, huh? Yeah. I like to see O'Shaquie Foster against somebody too. Somebody that we know at least. Yeah, he gave that belt back up. Yeah. but he got a regular title at 35.
Now I know of the 140. Josh Taylor do not have the WBA belt. Am I right?
Nope. He
Am I
claims
right?
he said he vacated it. They was saying they stripped him. I was reading that. I did a small little video on that too. They said they stripped him. He said he vacated it and like made a joke out of it. And then they said he was going to defend his belts against what's this Jose Ramirez. I thought one of those dudes. I got to go back and look, but they did something. But I'm like, that's weird. Why would you let go one of the titles and then I don't know. I don't understand that move. And why would you fight at 40 again when you just claimed you was weight drained against Catterall where you got
Right,
outboxed?
right. And you was always talking about that you can't make the weight at 140, and you say you want to go straight to welterweight, and that don't make no sense. He's not making no.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make
Mm-hmm.
sense to me, man. It doesn't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
At
Because
the,
I don't want. We
so
ain't trying to hear you weight drained again.
right, exactly. Because you go up there, is he? I'm. You know what? I don't care, man. I'm starting trouble today. I'm starting
Oh,
trouble.
okay, L
I,
Dub.
I,
Appreciate you, bro.
all right, thank you. I'm starting trouble today. Now, I'll tell you like this: if Josh Taylor go up to 147, hey,
And Taylor go up to
ooh,
147, he gets smoked.
now,
He
man,
gets smoked.
yeah, we know, but I want him to fight on Boots who? I do.
Come on,
Oops.
man. That's an
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want
Boots
to
is
see
assassination
it.
doing
right
real
there.
bad.
I want
Boots
to
will
see it.
kill him.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
care.
Nah, we ain't protecting him. We with you, number one. Nah, throw him in there. We with you,
That's what he
because
want.
we
Boots.
and Crawford said, Taylor big man. He said, I don't know how that dude making 140. He said it's something there. He said that dude big man. He said I do not know how he making 140 right now. Sized him up a little bit. I peeped what Crawford was doing, then he spoke on it. Yep, that's what he said. That
Oh
dude
yeah, oh
big.
yeah.
Take your ass on the 47, stop draining yourself, and go get that 47 smoke that's waiting for you. I was hearing whispers of him and T.O. Fighting. It's just like, yo, can y'all stop misleading the people? Which way y'all going with this, man? I was hearing
Listen,
T.O. and Arnold Barboza. It's like, bro, what are y'all doing?
and for the last few years, and I gotta say this, man, I want you to build on this, man. I be hearing these fighters it's every time they go to 140, I can't move, I can't move the way, I gotta cut weight. Yo, just go to 147.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, Puello. Yeah, and that's why they were saying they initially was stripping him because he didn't respond to that mandatory in a certain amount of time or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
He got stripped of the WBA, right?
man, they ain't the smoke.
He got stripped of the WBA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he said, FYI, I vacated it. I wasn't stripped. Like he made a joke out of it after they issued the statement. So it's like conflicting stories. He said he vacated. They say they stripped him because he didn't respond to the mandatory shit with Puello.
Or I was thinking maybe he trying to play it out and try maybe want to fight the catch weight.
What catch?
Yeah.
145?
140, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's not.
I don't put it past these fighters, man. I don't put it past.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
You said, my bad, y'all.
No, I'm saying
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna have to cut this short, man.
Okay.
For me.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
I appreciate you, Hunk, man. I'll get back up. What you going back on tonight?
I might, but it ain't gonna be no boxing.
I know it ain't gonna be no boxing. All right, I'll catch you tonight. Just do. I'll catch you later, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Be safe. Mr. Passett, did you catch the Batista fight versus Vicious fight?
Yeah, I seen it. I caught it.
Right.
Buasi looked pretty. He looked pretty solid. He got hit more than I thought he would, though. He got hit. He looked a little. I don't know, a little stiff in there a little bit, but maybe it was just somebody was in there fighting back. but because he took some shots, but he damn sure gave some. That was a good fight. That was a good scrap. They fought hard. That's the kind of fight that you know, you don't want to lose at all, but you really can't hang your head after that loss like you fought. They fought. You know what I'm saying? And that's a
All right,
respectable
so
scrap.
do you think it's a rematch?
It deserved one. Nah, I would watch a rematch of that, no doubt about it. That's the kind of fight where dude could make a case like, yo, it's a competitive enough fight where I watch that shit again. Hell yeah, they fought. I think they kind of brought it out of each other in a sense because they really like that fight was surprisingly better and more competitive than I thought it was going to be. They really brought it, and I appreciated that fight. They left it in there for sure. Both dudes was swinging. They was going at it. Uppercuts. They both was landing good shots, man. That's the most I seen Buatsi get hit in any fight. I think that got to be his most competitive fight he had. Got to be.
Yeah, it had to be.
Hands down, that was a good scrap.
That was a good scrap, yeah. All right, so let's go. Mr. Pass says, so for you, what fight is the fight of the year so far? For me, it's Lee Woods versus Ken. Yeah, Kenna. Yeah.
Carlin.
Ken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see why he knocked him out the ring, and then it was an upset. He was losing, and then he rallied that off. Yeah, I give you that. I was no argument there. I'll say for me right now, Charlo, because of what was at stake, it was a rematch, and it was a rematch that people were picking him to lose.
Yeah.
Shit, I hate when people do that.
You, me, both. Yeah. Well, y'all. Well, for me, I think for me, I say Shakur Stevenson against Valdez. You back? Oh. Fordue against Luba. Fordue against Luba. No, I wouldn't say that with that leaving no fight in the year because Luba got lumped up. Nah, I ain't fighting yet.
What you said?
No, he said, Mr. Pass, shout out to Mr. Pass, said some good fights this year, but so far I also like Fedor against Lubin.
Yeah, that's a hell of a fight.
Yeah, hell of a fight, but Lubin got lumped up though.
Yeah, Lubin, I know looking back now after assessing that fight, if he actually went back and watched it, he really got himself to blame because he went into that fight the better boxer, but he walked out of the ring not displaying that at all. It was good that he tried to, he showed that he could fight him in the pocket, but I think he chose the wrong style of fight, too much of the fight.
Wrong strategy. It was a wrong strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had him down, he boxed him.
Exactly, and he was letting them hands go. It was a combination that you ripped off on him. So it was like you were supposed to get yours and get out and make him earn it. You gave it to him by obliging him and just walking straight to him and standing there. That's where his fights are at. If you really did some scouting on Fundora, you were supposed to know, even though he's 6'5", 6'6", and that long, that's where he struggled at distance. He's not the best at distance. If you go watch any of his fights, he liked to be in the inside. That's his bread and butter.
He
will give up his height and his reach.
Right. He do not like the boxers use streets, and that's what I didn't understand. That that is what you keep on boxing on.
Yeah, it's like
it's going to get tired.
It's like, all right, you showed us that you could take some. Cool, bro, but get up out of there. And I'm not even trying to be funny. When he got knocked down, that's when you should have said, all right, you know what? Now I'm about to box this dude. And it's like, y'all got to stop going off of, I don't know if it's will or emotion or whatever. You were the better boxer. You were supposed to display that, make that man work for it. You didn't make him work. You did half of his work for him. He didn't have to come get you. You was right there. And it just was a war of attrition. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Accumulation type thing where you just, you was right there to be hit, uppercuts and all. This dude you allowed yourself to take too much damage in that fight. You didn't have to take that much damage. You didn't use your legs with your boxing ability whatsoever. the Lubin, well, I felt like Lubin was going to win, not because I liked him. I'm like, yo, this dude actually can box. He ain't going to be right there for this dude to hit him. I'm like, I ain't saying he elusive in that sense, but he has boxing ability. He can move. Like, show it, display it. You got in there and was like, you know what? Toe to toe. I'm like, that's just not smart. And then you did it the entire fight until he knocked you out. And I was like, man, that just wasn't smart. Spent too long doing that. Get yours and get up out of there. He's not good at range, even though he's long. His coordination and you know, his accuracy is limited at long range, believe it or not, because I think he spends the least amount of time there. So it's like you're not working on that. So you were supposed to exploit what he wasn't good at instead of allowing him to work at what he was good at. You fought his fight. That's why you lost. You didn't mix it up. You don't fight in the inside the whole fight like that. He'll fight somebody like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you were supposed to use your feet a little bit, move around this dude, make him work, and make him pay. Counter him. You were supposed to try it like that. You weren't supposed to just stand there. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's possible. Sergio Garcia gave him a much tougher fight and took way less damage. You see what I'm saying? That was a close fight. And you got in there, and it's just like, man, you just wanted to show us your dog. We get it. It's like you still had that in the back of your mind. Like they gonna say, think you ain't got no chin. Nah, you just got caught by Charlo with a good punch, bro. I never thought his chin was trash. I'm just saying that at 54, they punching a little bit different. And that was a big storyline going in. Is his chin gonna hold up? You seen his chin hold up even after the knockdown. His face gave out, I tell you that. But again, you letting the dude 6'5", 6'6" hit you with every uppercut that he throw because you right there to be hit. So, I mean, where you be at the 200 and something punches landing on your face? You know what I mean? Uppercuts and hooks. Like, dude, don't really throw jabs crazy like that to be that long. He liked to fight, and he liked to fight, and I respect it. But you were supposed to make him do what he wasn't good at and limit him at what he does do well, which is fighting the inside. You're supposed to pick your shots, in other words. You know what I mean? Use your IQ. You didn't use that. You went all guts and balls and heart. And that just, unfortunately, that didn't win you that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that fight, he didn't stick to the game plan. I believe he could stick to the game plan. Fendor could have beaten. But like you said, Fendor like to go inside. And you know that when Fendor, and I noticed one thing, and I want to talk to you. I meant to ask you that when the last time you was here. I noticed when Fendor, he was a pretty good inside fighter. But I noticed that when he fight for the inside, he lunge. There's no balance. And there was many times Louis could just go inside, boom, 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 and step out and make him not be on his box. And you could have catch it with something real nice.
Exactly, and that would have been Lubin using his boxing skill and his brain, but you fighting him in the inside, you help Fandor remove your ability to think properly and implement the correct strategy. If you pay attention, that's why Kevin Cunningham was kind of going off on Lubin because he wasn't listening. He really wasn't listening. That's why I wasn't no surprise that he stopped that fight sooner or later. Cause I'm pretty sure if you go back and ask him, you know what I mean, he gonna respect that effort he put out. But I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening, bro. He didn't tell you to sit there and fight that fight like that. I don't know who the hell told you that. At what point did you think it was okay to do it? But that's just the biggest factor for me. You didn't lose that fight because you weren't good enough. And it wasn't about your chin not holding up. It's about you literally fighting the wrong fight. You fought him at what he does best. And you got to be a certain level of fighter to be able to fight a person at what they do best for the whole fight. I.e. Errol Spence, and beat them at their own game. You got to just be a certain level. And not saying you ain't a hell of a fighter. You just not at that level where you could afford to do something like that for the duration of a fight and win. You just fought him at what he does, and that you gave him more than enough opportunities. You get what I'm saying? Just being right there, and you were supposed to really use your head and use the ring to some degree, bro. Make them work. You didn't make him work. He was right there. So even if he ain't landing flush, he hitting arms, gloves. You get what I'm saying? He constantly building up confidence. The dude wasn't going to stop throwing punches. And with all of that, you still dropped him. You still put him on his, you know what I mean? You still put him down. So it was like, That's
true. Yo, Derek Belly, day one fam. How you doing? Thanks for coming. That's day one
Derek
right there.
Bailey, salute, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I peeped that fight. I'm like, yo, Lupe, he's unbalanced, man. You notice when he was fighting, he was, and then when he's doing the punch, I noticed for no, he at times he was on his toes. He wasn't really flat feet. That's what I'm saying, Lupe. You could have banged him up, let it
mm,
up, moved out. He want to swing. Oh man. I mean, like, come on. It was right there.
mm-hmm.
But like you said, he didn't listen to the corner. He did not listen to the corner, and this is what happens. See, this is the thing, bro. When you don't listen to the corner, they give you excellent instructions. That's what happened.
Bailey, salute, bro. Yeah, just like Charlo. The reason that first fight was a draw with Castano, simply, he did not listen to Derek James. And I called it. That's why I appreciated that win the way I did, because I said simple adjustments needed to be made. Number one was listening to Derek James. Two, keeping your back off the ropes and keeping that fight center ring. You needn't do not much else or anything else aside from those adjustments. Just beat Jermell Charlo, and there you go. And that's exactly how that fight played out. And people keep barking about a trilogy, and I'm like, man, I can see if that fight was close, nip and tuck all the way to the end. The last round, he managed to just like knock him out or something like that. You seen two phases of Jermell Charlo in there. He was able to show you separation. And so he showed you who the better boxer was before he knocked him out. So all that, you still you stuck on the first fight. No, he showed you that wasn't the best version of him that night. And that's what I kept saying. He made them adjustments. He was much better, if not the best version of himself that night in a rematch. And you've seen it. Made those small adjustments and it won him the fight. And he separated. So he kind of killed the narrative about an immediate rematch, really, because he showed you two things in there. Not only did he show you could hurt him in the first fight, but it was much more competitive in terms of boxing. But this trip, he separated before he got the knockout. So he showed you who the better fighter was on the night, and then he got him out of there. So he showed you he can box better, think better, make the better adjustments, and he could not only hurt him, but finish him when he got him hurt. So it was like very impressive. That's why I call that the fight of the year type thing, because it was at stake rematch, and he could have easily folded. It was competitive early. They were going back and forth, but you just seen Jermell made that adjustment and he started countering them. And those moments where his back would have been on the ropes, he eliminated those opportunities for Castano. And as a result, you were able to see who the better fighter was. And Castano, I said it, he don't fight well backing up. If he pushing you back, he gonna have some success. Jermell limited his ability to be, back him up, and he was the boss in there when he needed to be. Perfect adjustments. That's how you make adjustments and win. That's how you win a fight. That was impressive to me. And then become undisputed, the first one in the 4-belt era in the weight class. That's history. That's why I would favor that win over the other fights.
And also what impressed me about that, if you know the difference of the the first fight, it was much more different. You could say Charlo, he made the adjustments. Castano didn't.
Yeah.
If you look at the first fight, everything was identical. He did not make no changes.
Mm-hmm. I said it, not knocking Castano and not slighting him in no way, shape, or form. It's just the way I observed the first fight. To me, that he struck lightning in the bottle is what I call it. Like, that was the best version I think that you would have seen of him that night. I think I was saying, like, it's not that he can't repeat that or possibly do better, but the chances of that are a lot slimmer because that performance was great. And even as great as that performance was from Castano, the first one, it still only got you a draw, regardless of who would have won and lost. You get what I'm saying? I don't think either of those guys got robbed. It really was just that type of fight. But it's like you've seen a clear separation in that second one. And then I said for him to repeat that performance, it would be hard. And what I did understand is that wasn't the best version of Charlo. One could almost say that was one of the best versions of Castano that you're going to see. But you got some people trying to make the argument, he was injured, or I'm not trying to hear that. That dude fought his ass off. And I was like, it's going to be hard to put forth that kind of performance, or even better, because that only got you a draw. I know Charlo gonna come better, so even that same performance wouldn't do you good. You would have to do better than you did the first time, and I felt like that's possible because it's boxing. It's possible, but it was unlikely. And I felt like who was more likely to make the necessary adjustments? Charlo. And the adjustments, like I said, I'm always going to say, I understand it's easier said than done. But when you're a fighter, of Charlo's level, I believe those adjustments are not unreasonable to ask you to make. You know what I'm saying? When you're that type of fighter, you consider yourself elite. And he did exactly that, and he proved it. And I appreciate how he showed separation and boxing skill, and then got him out of there. Where he ain't let it just be close, and it's like, all right, then you're landing shot. No, he showed you for some rounds straight. Look, I'm better than this dude. And then I heard him and got him out of there. So not only am I better, but when I heard him, I can finish him.
And also, too, I did say this on my on a few boxing live. I said about 2 boxing lives ago that if it would have been 15, Charlotte could have fought 15 rounds. You see
Hey, man, I agree 1,000,000% with you. And I said it when I really, really felt confidence, other than me feeling like he was going to make the adjustments. And I really was key. I said, I believe he is going to listen to Derrick James. He's not going to be foolish enough not to listen to that man. When he stepped on that scale and they said 152.25 or something, I said, game, set, match. This dude, he used that extra time that Castano had with that injury. He kept working. He rested enough and he didn't overtrain. He kept working. He came in the best shape of his life, and it showed. He could have won 15 rounds for sure, and he would have been beating that boy ass even if he didn't knock him out. That's a win that you happy for. Charlo wins, boxing wins, the fans win. Like, even Castano, you walk out of there with more fans. Like Mr. Paz said, them dudes both, I think, walk out of there with more fans, respectfully, both of them.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, rooting for Castano, you don't want your fighter to lose. But if that's the kind of fight that my fighter lose, even though he got knocked out, I'm not mad all the way. You get what I'm saying? Initially, you feel like shit, like, damn, you was rooting for him and he lost. But, you like, man, look at kind of performance he put on. That's why he had the mutual respect from Jamel. He won me over even more as a fan. It's how he lost and how he accepted it, man. He was like, hey, man, like, he got me. Like, no excuses, dude, a great fighter. When you lose just as well as you win, or if not even better, like, man, you got a supporter in me. That's a narrative I force.
You're right. And at the same time, Castano, you never know. That that's going to probably make him a better fighter.
It is. And both of those dudes, both of them, they walk out of there with no fans. And I hate to sound like a cliche, but it's no losers in that situation. When 2 dudes leave it all in there and one just bests the other one, that's why he able to lose gracefully. Like, all right, bro, what I'm supposed to do? Be just devastated? Like, I lost, but I know I left it in there. I know y'all seen me leave it in there. And that's the narrative I push. You support the fighter, win, lose, or draw, when they moving like a fighter and a real man. They just rock with him anyway. One loss don't mean I ain't watching him no more. I watch Castano anytime he on. I watch him.
But I was thinking, and I'm glad you're up here. Picture is Castano would have fought in the welterweight division.
He'd be a headache, bro. He'd be a headache, bro. He liked to fight, and Spence unlocked the cheat code during the course of his career, but more so he displayed that cheat code against Ugas more recently. People don't like to fight. They like to fight at their pace, at their rhythm. You know what I mean? Their speed, controlling the range. They like it to go their way. But when you're forced to fight, and you kind of got to think on the fly, and your ability to think is clouded because somebody's smothering you, man, then you get to see just what you made of. And I'm telling you, the fact that Spence has that element to his game where it could really become a moment or a duration of the fight where he really forced you to fight. And if you can't keep up, you in trouble, man. So
you actually say it's Spence fight. He fight. That means night.
Yeah. Fight mean night.
Okay.
Potentially, especially if you don't want to move. You want to let that man throw upwards of 80, 90 punches in the round, 70 to 90 punches around, whatever that is.
Average.
Good luck, bro. Like, and
Average.
then when you factor in, I was telling people, it's not just that he's that active, he's accurate with the activity. That's dangerous, man.
And
50%
then
of your power punches spell knockout 9 times out of 10.
and also it's fast too. It's
Mm-hmm.
like slow. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, you don't know. Do you understand that you double up on the body and go to the head and switch it, man? You know
Man,
how
it's
hard
dangerous.
that is.
And then he's placing them. You see how he started
Placing
placing
them.
the uppercuts when Ugas started covering the face? It's like the piece of head that was still exposed. He was ripping it. I'm like, yo, this dude in his bag. It's like he a Terminator. He placing these shots and they're painful. I always said that Crawford and Spence power is different because of how they attack. Crawford can catch you and you might not have seen that punch. He can catch you like that. He a hell of a counter puncher. He got good reflexes still. He can catch you like that. You won't see the punch and he end up laying you out. Spence got a different kind of power. It's like it's coming because of his style. It's no flash, it's no flare. I go from home to the target, back home. That's how his punches go. It's like, so you can brace for that a little bit better than a punch that you don't see. But it's still going to damage you. And it's just like it's like a video game. You know, we all play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. When you block and they hit you, it's still your energy still drained. That's the case with Spence. It's like a fucking video game. You can block all you want. You can see this punch coming. He's special in the sense where you can see his punches coming and they're still going to have the same effect. They're still going to do damage. Like, you can try to brace for him, but eventually you can block. But like I said, just like a video game, your energy bar going to drain and drain and drain and drain. And eventually he getting you out of there. Them shots going to go from being partially blocked to fully landing, and good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck dealing with him after that. Once that motor get revving, it's over, bro. It's just hard to deal with. Let me say that. It's hard to deal
So
with.
let me ask you a question before we continue.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think? Because do you think Castano gonna stay in that weight class, or you think he can move up, or he can move
Castano?
down? Yeah, Castano.
I think he don't look like a big dude and stuff, like frame wise. So I could see him staying there because he had 54 already. I don't know how good he does at 60. Because it's like, I'm not saying he can't punch, but because that activity is always something that could kind of be on his side. But I think his lack of being defensively responsible at 54 will hurt him even more at 60 because they're punching a little harder. And you got some guys, like I said, that if I'm at home and not a boxer, no trainer, I could understand that some guys that with activity, you got to punch in between them punches. Those trained professionals definitely know that. And I think his style, like, it's always going to be effective to a certain degree because he's active and he mean it when he throw his punches. He can fight. That's his style. But I think him throwing that many punches and being not as defensively responsible as he need to be, 60, he might get his lights put out.
Well, let's throw this out again. Is it safe to say? Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because I stand to be corrected. I don't mind being corrected if I'm wrong.
Me neither.
I mean, like, maybe Castano, maybe maybe you should go down, welterweight.
Ain't no. But see, that's not. And again, why I would agree with you there is because he's just not that big. He has decent height, but he's just not that big in frame, and like he's not super muscular and all heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if he could make a weight class lower. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. It would just take
nutritionist. Yeah. Right, you're a nutritionist, right? And you're doing that. And I'm saying there's fights there. There's some fights in the world. Hey, look. You know what they say? Oh, yo, he fought. He fought Charlo, and hey, he made some money in that. They jump on that shit. I would.
Yeah, Castano's is gonna be a dangerous dude to beat. What I thought was interesting is how he said, he said he'd be willing to fight for Ndor or Tim Tszyu. He said Tim Tszyu ain't ready for no Charlo. He said he too green. He said, he said he a decent fighter, but he said he ain't ready for no Charlo. And he said, I'll fight either one of them, Ndor or Tim Tszyu, either one of their asses. And I thought it was a little foul how Charlo probably ain't even get his belts mailed to him yet, and they already gave that boy 30 days to make a decision. I said, God damn. Again. Y'all gotta treat everybody like that. Y'all ain't do Canelo like that. Y'all ain't give him that same stipulation like that.
Look at they treat him with the IBL.
Yeah, they disrespectful, bro. But you know what? It's cool because all that means is we gonna get another Jamel Charlo knockout more than likely, especially if Tim's in there next. He gonna get his ass beat. He
Okay.
too stiff. He too stiff, too inexperienced for Charlo. Too green. He got power, but and I know it's silly to say, but if he wasn't, he had a nice punch, he'd be really average in my opinion. No disrespect. He can fight though, but that power helps him. You get what I'm saying? He got a solid punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ain't no light feather fisted guy. He can punch a little bit, man. But I think that's what saves him having that power a little bit. Other than that, man, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
You
Let
know
me
what I
ask
mean?
you.
That's what saved him against Gaucher. He just
Yeah, it
forced
is.
Gaucher
Yeah.
to be defensive.
Yeah. Let me
Hmm?
ask you this question though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the other Charlo. He got the
Yes, sir.
what belt he got the WBC, right?
Yeah, WBC, that middleweight strap.
Middleweight strap. Let me ask
Mhm.
you a question. Do you think one day he could have the chance for the unification?
Uh, yeah, if he can get these other dudes in the ring without it causing a divide and a separation in the fans. Like a lot of people, especially now that his brother won, they like, yo, what's up with him? When he going? He need to do this. That division is different. 54, those dudes are willing to mix it up with each other. How do we know this? We got the evidence to back it up. Those dudes get in there with each other. The belts change hands and all types of things. On 60,
Mhm.
these dudes, the belt holders are, the champions are holding the belts and going every which way but toward each other. So whereas Triple G got some belts, he don't want to fight. So it's frustrating for I know Charlo because you can't force those dudes to fight, and he constantly forced to fight somebody that we feel like he really shouldn't even be in there with, or just a fighter we don't want to see him in there with. And I think that's the confusion. That's the little difference between them two. The opportunity is there, but who's going to really press and say, "Hey, look, man, what you going to do with this belt? It's time for us to get one champion." It's like they're cool with allowing the players at 160 to move in and around each other. You get what I'm saying? Without making them line up on the same track and say, "Hey, man, look, this what's going on right here. We about to unify these belts." So
I do,
it's weird.
but I think I hear about Jamal. Jamal was saying that I think he said he willing to go to 168, and
Yeah,
then if
he
Jamal
posted it.
want to go,
Yep,
he can go to
yep.
160,
They
and
spoke on.
maybe yeah, and maybe I'm just saying. I'm talking about Jamal now. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he be some in 168.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He
he
got
posted
the
on his Instagram a little while back, the best super middleweight in the world. It was like a cryptic type thing where it lets you know that he kind of thinking about it. And then I hear more recently that he gonna take his butt to 68. He gonna let Mel go to 60, and Spence gonna be on his way to 54. So that I would love that. That's cool. Long as the twin brothers are never in the same division again, I'm cool.
right. It's like,
And it's not that it's so bad, but it's unnecessary
it's
because they don't need to
unnecessary.
clog it up. Like them alpha males, they both need to try to reign in their own divisions respectfully if possible.
But picture, think about this though.
Hmm.
I'm just dreaming. Can I dream a little bit?
Yeah, you can, bro. That's absolutely.
I want to dream about this.
Hmm.
Spence get just like Spence would get. He unified the time. I mean, let's say he unification. He took that, okay, and he go up to 154, and 154. They up there too. So and let me tell people about this though too. Spence always carry heavy. So the 154. You think he lead on 154? I mean 147. You better
Yeah,
watch out. He probably
yeah.
knock motherfuckers out in one punch. But I'm a dream though.
Hmm.
He could unify 154 and
Hmm.
and um and then Jamal, and Jamal, Jamal, he got 160. No, Jamal get 160 and Jamal get
Hmm.
168. Think about it. That shit could fucking happen within 3 years, yo. Do you know what that shit means? That means twice, right? Twice. He did that, and then you got Jamel did it twice, Spirit too, and Jamal did it at 168, and then If then at that time, it shouldn't be nobody like heavyweight. How you going light heavyweight and he did it, they do it again. Do you know what that means? I'm talking like within 6 years from now. Do you think about each of them had unified titles twice? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying like this. They gonna be tired. Derrick James, yo, what you can say then? Because if you think about it, right, I'm just dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just dreaming. Then thinking like this, yo, it's been beat,
Yeah.
right? It's been beat, Prof, right? That's two. That's
Mm-hmm.
two that James got under his team that he trained. So this is what I'm saying like this. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. That means great trainers that didn't have nothing like this, and it could happen too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So you think about within 6 years, yo, you probably see like two of them, all three of them could unify titles in their careers, and then if they want to, they could retire.
Yeah.
They'd be definitely first ballot Hall of Fame. Derrick James definitely would be Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame, and you're gonna see all the fighters go want to come to him. I guarantee it's going to be a switch. It's going to be a turnover. Oh, I'm going to Derrick James. Oh, you don't have to work no more. You don't have to work at that post office no more. Oh, you don't. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So what you think when I said?
I think Derrick James. I've made an appreciation post about Derrick James recently, man. Sometimes you just that's why I'm just do. I don't give just the fighters that just do, but the content creators, the trainers as well. That dude should have been training a year, the last couple years maybe. And if Earl Spence get that Crawford fight, he undisputed, and he got two undisputed champions, it's a no brainer. That man, even without Spence getting that fight, he still should be,
It should be
where he at.
traded, yeah.
Trainer
But
of the
I
year,
would,
that dude's
but
special.
right, you're right. But I say it like this: no, it would help solidify. It would
Yeah,
solidify right then and there. It should
yeah,
solidify, like you said. I agree with you on that. I definitely
yeah,
agree with you on that. But
yeah.
you know how they play them. Let's be honest. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand how could Ring Magazine y'all don't have Jamel on it. I mean, pound for pound list.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be kidding. Y'all still put nah. Like people say, I still get Terrence Crawford. Listen, I'm no hate Terrence Crawford. I don't I really don't care about him, but I don't like him.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like this. Terrence Crawford should not be number one of pound for pound. Jamel Child got undisputed. He should be number one. Hands down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Now people can say, what about Canelo like this? Now the
What
way he
about him?
did,
He
what
took
about him?
steroids.
Right?
Butyrol. They
And
don't go on no list.
and he got caught cherry picking.
Yeah, and it backfired. Cherry picking gone wrong. Made a video on that. Dude, like, you can't call Bebo a cherry. I said, look at the question marks, bro, before you say I did it. And then you got to watch the content, because if it's anybody that can explain where they're going with it, I can. I'm telling you, I think in my mind, him and his team view Bebo as a cherry. And then I went on to say, he went even further to say, all right, well, maybe they don't use our language, our lingo. But I'm pretty sure the word inexperienced came up a few times when they discussed Dimitri Bivol. Oh man, he's inexperienced. He got 19 fights. I know that played a major factor in y'all going up there for this quote unquote so-called chasing greatness that you wasn't really chasing, because you already went up there and beat a faded Kovalev there. So one like you never fought at the class. If that's the first time here, then I would have gave you that.
And let's be honest, let's be honest. And let's be honest.
It was like a cherry pick gone wrong, and that's just what it was. And it backfired. I really think it backfired on you and your team.
Yeah, bro. Let's be honest, bro. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Said,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's be honest, bro.
I keep getting phone calls out. I'm probably gonna have to slide out.
No. Matter of fact. No. Matter of fact, make your last remarks and you stay right there, and I'm gonna close it out.
No doubt. Well, as always, number one, I appreciate you for having me on. And anytime I catch you on, I'm gonna always be willing to come up here and
Thank you.
chop it up and mix it up with you, man. Us creators is all we got, and my support is real. So if I tell you I rock with you, that's because I do. I appreciate you 100%, bro.
Thank you. Straight right there. I might go on tonight. Not talk about boxing, but I'm going to
It's
talk
all
about.
good.
I'm going to talk about. They are white people that fight for rights more than black people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go in. I had to. I've been, I've seen some things going, and it's not good. And they
Yeah,
genuine. They genuine. Some white people, they genuine. That I'm
some
being
of them are.
honest.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm
I
with
might,
you. So we
I
like
might.
talking real life stuff too. So you talking to the right man for that.
Yeah,
You want, I'll be there.
I don't know if I'm doing. I don't know if I have a panel discussion or not, or if not, probably be like a part two. That'd be a panel discussion. But if I
Mm-hmm.
am, you be around. I probably
Mm-hmm.
said this, but I'm gonna let people know. I'm gonna handpick people come to the panel.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
this your world, bro. How you do it, people rock with it. I'm gonna rock with it. So if it's not an open panel, I'm gonna be in the chat. The type of dude I am. If it ain't people on the panel, I'm gonna add to the conversation in the chat. That's how you're
Yeah,
supposed to do. Smash
yeah,
the like button, remind people to hit the button, and you just keep
yeah,
this shit rolling.
yeah.
That's how I
Smash.
roll. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talking, you cooking, I'm gonna cook with you in the comments, or I'm gonna
Thank
add
you,
to
thank
whatever it
you,
is you
thank you,
talking about.
thank
That's
you.
how I do it.
I appreciate
Facts.
that. And anybody that wants to donate, my cash app is $ capital JT 53000 capital JT 53000 if you want to donate. I don't know I'm gonna do it tonight. I still gotta think about it because I gotta find a thumbnail, and that's gonna be hard to find a thumbnail for that. But if I am,
Um,
it's going. Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard, man.
thumbnail. Shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, you just think of whatever the basis of the topic
Yeah,
is. You could come up with one. Trust me, y'all. It's believe it or not, it's crazy. I make all my own thumbnails. I ain't saying they're the most spectacular, but I know how to take a picture and just add something on it, or you know what I'm saying?
oh,
Simple
really? I don't
shit.
know how to do that. You have to talk to
Yeah,
me
I make
about
I
that.
make all my thumbnails. So if you ever like look at the shit, like I take a picture and make sure it's the right size, and you know what I mean. I could write words over it if I want to. Little
Oh,
shit.
okay.
So it's still a lot
Yeah,
to be learning, but yeah, I do my own editing and all that. I chop my
yeah.
videos up. I do
Okay,
them.
yeah. Well, yeah. We gotta talk then,
Mhm.
man. Offline about
Man,
it.
hey, look, bro, I'm here. If I can help, you got it, bro.
All right, man.
100%.
Thank you.
Already know.
But I want y'all to go share this out because this is great. We gonna pick this up the conversation that we just
Hmm.
stopped.
Hmm.
We gotta continue that because that's something very very important. We gotta continue
Yeah,
about that.
hey, man, I'm here for it, bro. So whenever you
Yeah.
want, I'm here. I'm gonna jump on there with you, man. If
All
not,
right.
no open panel, I'll be in the comments.
All right. I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm not gonna keep you going, and I gotta take care of some things. And hope it ain't gonna be tonight. It will be sometime this week. But please be safe out there. Anybody that lives in New York, there's another shooting that happened. A guy had died.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I want to anybody in the New York tri-state area, please be careful. Anybody even around the country, please be careful. I know COVID is practically gone. You can go to the store now, that your
Facts,
head
Derek
got.
Campbell work too for thumbnails.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I know that y'all want to go, but please be careful. It's never going to be the same. And do whatever you can. If you have to get back to the house, take care of some things, just do that. Don't listen to these
Hmm.
people out here. Don't talk about, oh yeah, I want to do some things, I want to live my life. No, it ain't gonna be the same that you think it's gonna be in the
Small
past.
control environment, small control crowds is how I like it. That means
Yeah.
family. That means
So if you
family,
got a
bro.
house, so if you got a house,
Facts.
if you want
Uh-huh.
to barbecue, you have selected people come in and barbecue. Do not go to other people barbecue because these people's not disciplined. They don't want to listen. They just want like, I just want to live my life. I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. Those are the ones can get you sick. Those are the ones can get you. Do not listen to them. You still follow the protocol of being safe.
Yep.
Okay?
Sir.
Don't listen to these people. I got people say, I'm not going, no. Get on that. Oh, we gonna have a good time. Man, now listen, man, I had a good time on Logan House. I got cable, you know what I'm saying? I can do certain things in here. At least I am safe. And you have to understand that when you have family, you gotta sit down with your family and tell them. This is not the same as it was before, y'all. I want y'all to be, because what they trying to do, they trying to set you up for failure. And if they say, oh, you don't want to have a good time, even like when you travel, be safe that too.
Mm-hmm.
There are some countries, they are not, some countries out there, you know what I mean? They not sanitized out there either. They not.
Mm-hmm.
People getting sick.
Yeah, if you want here, I definitely I've been through for sure, bro. In fact, Dad,
You
I
gotta
appreciate
think, man.
you.
Y'all people, our people gotta think, man. Y'all, and then the people, come on now. You know what I'm saying? You go to the park or whatever. You know, I mean, we have to develop to keep our family together. So, I'm saying this because I'm gonna start doing this too. I'm gonna start buying, like, go to Walmart, buy some board games. Like when we used to play. Buy some board games. Work on your mind. You hear what I'm saying? You got kids, play with them. You can use them as playing math or reading and all that. You hear what I'm saying? Work on your child's mind. Tell them to put the videos up for a while and stuff like that. And you know they gonna like, I don't want to go outside. No. You got trying to save them. I'm not saying they cannot go outside. But we got to change our way of thinking. And the way of thinking back then, it doesn't mean that it was bad. We just got to incorporate it in these times. I think we have to understand that we got to stay on top of it. And they have to understand it's for their survival when they get old. We got to change it up here. I'm going to talk more about that too. But we got to change it up.
But you just let me know, and I'll be there.
I will.
Shoot
But
me
we
an
got to change
email.
it.
Should we do? I'll check it.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, bro.
We gotta change it up as people. No matter if you parents or you live by yourself or something, we gotta switch it up. And then they don't want to follow the program that you want to end up changing. Those are ones that's not for you. We gotta change it up because out there they don't want to change for us. I want you to understand that they don't. You know what I'm saying? Keep the family together. We gotta change the mindset. You know, the people I'm saying, let me tell you, I've been to Virginia. Let me tell you this last thing. It makes June 1st makes 10 years in Virginia. And I was born and raised in New York. And there are still people are getting sick. You know what I mean? So figure that out. So again, on behalf of my channel, thank you so much. And I might be back tonight. Derek Daly, everybody else, thank y'all so much. Thank you, my nephew Mike, and my brother here. Just thank you. So appreciate that. And this one goes. Good afternoon, and most likely you might see me later. This one goes. Be safe, stay well, stay blessed.